Hello, welcome you to this channel. In today's session, you will be learning the active and passive voice. What is voice? In grammar, the voice of a verb describes the relationship between the action that is described by the verb and the participants involved. Now there are two types of voice, the active voice and passive voice. In fact, these are the two ways in which we can express in simple terms. Now, I have given you an example here in active voice. Rama kicks the ball. And the second example is in the passive voice. The same sentence can be said in a different way, keeping the meaning same. How? The ball is kicked by Rama. As I said, the first sentence is in the active voice. Now what do you mean by active voice? In the active voice, the performer of the action or the doer of the action is always first. And in the passive voice, the performer or the recipient of the action is last. This is one way to identify the active and passive voice. How? In active, the subject acts on the verb, on the action, and in the passive voice, the subject is the recipient of the action. Now, what is the action in the first sentence? Is kicks. And the subject is Rama. So, subject is working upon the verb. In the second sentence, the verb is kicked, and the recipient of this action is Rama, who is the doer of the action here. So, as I said, how to identify the active voice? The first thing is the doer of the action is always first. The performer is first. As you know, we generally call the students or call anyone active when he is always first in doing something. So that is how you can remember the active voice. And when do we call a child or a person passive? When he is always last. So that is how you can identify the passive voice. Another way is the verb form. Just have a look at the verbs. Here it is kicks and here it is kicked. There is a change in the way we write the verbs. I will teach you this later on in the exercise. So this is how we identify the active and passive voice. Generally, we speak in these two ways. Either we say Rama kicks the ball or we say the ball is kicked by Rama. One thing you must remember here is the tense of the verb. When we are changing the voice from active to passive or passive to passive to active, we have to keep up the tense. We cannot change the tense. As you know, the tense plays an important role in our speech. If we change the tense, then the meaning may differ. So that is why we have to keep the tense same. And here, most students face problem. So I want to make this clear with this exercise for you, like how the verb from the passive changes to the from the active changes to the passive, and what is the right verb for the given verb. Okay. Now what you have seen here is the word kicks changed to is kicked. Here is a auxiliary that we have used. It is very much necessary when we are speaking in a passive voice, and the verb that is the main verb that is used is always in the past participle. I hope you know what is past participle. So this is how we change the verb. Remember one thing, in passive voice, the verb is always in a past participle and it should have an auxiliary. Okay, now with this, let us try to understand how to change the verb here. Okay, I have taken one verb here, break. Okay, and here we have the tenses. I have taken here 9 tenses, 3 tenses and their forms, and then how they change or how they appear in the active voice and how they change in a passive voice. If you try to do this exercise, then solving the exercise on active and passive voice is easy. You can try this later on, taking a verb and changing them into different forms. Now as I have written here, simple present tense is break, or we can even write it, sometimes we have to write it like breaks, like if I say Sushma breaks the class, or if I want to say the boys break the glass. So this is the active form. Okay. Now if the verb here is break or breaks, it is going to change as is broken or are broken depending on the subject. And here you see auxiliaries are used and the past participle of the word break. As you must be knowing that break is an irregular verb and that's why it changes with N or EN, broken. Is it clear? Now, same way, the simple past tense of break is broke. This way is used in an active voice, and if we have to change it to passive, then it will change like was, were, broken. Now you must be seeing here everywhere the main verb is changed to broken. Now what is broken? Broken is the past participle of break. Okay? Now, so likewise, the verbs here are in the active form and they change this way. You have to keep one thing in mind. If the sentence, or if you want to speak in the present tense, active will be Sheila breaks the glass and passive will be the glass is broken by Sheila. That is how you have to do. Now, if you want to speak in the present tense, this is how you have to speak. Past tense, future tense, will break, will change to will be broken. If it is are breaking, what is are breaking tense? It is present continuous tense. The verb form is in the present continuous tense. Is are breaking. The letters ing tell you that it is in the continuous tense. And how does it change? Is are being broken. Okay, this word again being signifies the continuous tense. Same way we come to past continuous tense, was, were breaking, past continuous tense, and it will change to was, were being broken. Only the auxiliaries change here due to the tense. Coming to future continuous, will be breaking, will change to will be being broken. Okay, then present perfect is has, have, broken. Now you see here, broken is already used here, past participle. And remember, when we are talking in the perfect tense, always we have to use the past participle, like has broken, have broken, had broken. Okay, and that is changed to has, have, been broken. Okay, then come to past perfect is had broken, changes to had been broken. Future perfect, active form is will have broken and the passive form is will have been broken. So students, this is how you can practice the verbs, the tenses, and how do they take the form in active and passive. Okay, now this is useful. This chart or this practice you have to do. It is very useful when you are changing the voice and even to identify the voice. Now once you identify the voice, the first thing when we are changing the voice, what we are doing is we are identifying the voice. As I told you before, how to identify the voice? First and foremost thing that helps you to identify the voice is to see the doer, the performer. If he is first, If he is acting upon the verb, then it is a sentence is in the active voice. And if the doer, the performer, is the recipient of the action, then it is the passive voice. Now when you're changing the sentence from active to passive, we have to divide the sentence into 3 parts. Okay, first we have to identify the verb. This is the verb. Now this part is here and this is the next part. So when we're changing the voice, this part comes here, the ball. This part goes here with the word by. And don't forget to change the verb. The verb kicks. The tense of the word kicks, as mentioned here, is in the present tense and it changes to either is broken or are broken. Broken is the past participle of break and kicked is the past participle of kicks. So it changes to is kicked. The ball is won and that's why it changes to is kicked. If it was the balls, it would have been are kicked. Okay, so this is how you change the voice. As I told you, grammar is very important in language. It helps you to speak appropriately. So this is, most of the times we speak in an active form, simple, but sometimes we also try to manage this way by speaking in a passive voice, and then the use of verb, the tense is very, very important to convey the proper meaning. Okay, so for today this is all about active and passive voice. In the next video we can still discuss more about how to change and how to make more exercises on this verbs. Okay, so I hope you have understood. If you have liked this explanation, kindly give me the comments and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.